My name is Tunde Jacobs and you are welcome to my channel OBJ Institute. Today we are going to be looking at Neco 2024 Physics Practical number 1. The set of apparatus we are asked to provide are 2 red dot stand, A4 papers, thumb pins, set of masses, a mass of 30 gram labeled W, twine rope, then a drawing board and a pulley. Okay, so the assumed diagram that we are expecting is something like this. Okay, having this diagram now, we are having our A, B, C. This is line AC. The midpoint of line AC here is B. Okay, and we have our hole here. We have our M2, which is where we are going to place the 30 gram mass we are asked to provide. This mass here is fixed, while the mass here is not fixed. It varies. Now, at the end of the setting of the apparatus, our table is going to look like this. Depends on what they are coming with. So we are going to be asked to measure OA. OA is the distance from here to here. We are also going to measure distance Y, which is OB. The distance between O and B is Y, so we measure that. Then also our Y over OA, which is the value here divided by the value here. Now, at point C is where we are having our pulley. We are going to be fixing the pulley. Alright? So now this other end A. Okay, we are not to provide a pulley for this other end, but we can just use a nail to hold the rope at the other end. These lines you are seeing here, they are all ropes. Alright? So please, we are going to be setting up the apparatus now. And please don't forget to subscribe, watch the video to the end, and also share with your friends. Okay. Alright guys, so this is the setup of what we are having on the board. As you can see, these are the retort stand. Now, your pulley is here. I decided to use another clamp to hold I attach another clamp to the retort stand to hold my pulley. You can decide to use a nail to hold it. Anything goes for that. So that should be our point C, and this would be my point A. Now, these dotted lines here, okay, is this center. That will be the center of A and B. Now, I can decide, so this is the mass, 30 gram, that we are asked to attach. That's the fixed one, the fixed mass is here, 30 gram. So we have fixed this. Now, this is a thumb where we are going to be attaching the other masses. Now, from the table, we are told to attach a mass of 20 gram first. So I am going to put my mass hanger and put a mass of 20 gram on it. Alright, so I can neglect the weight of this mass here. So I'll put my mass of 20 gram. So I put it on my thumb. Alright, so putting it on the thumb, you see that we are now having a shape that looks like a triangle, that looks like what we are having on the board. Alright, so this is all about the experiment, and you make sure that this and this are both they are both stable. Alright, so this is my A, this is my C, and this is my center O. So what we do is this. Now, since we have done the first one, which is for 20 gram, I'm going to dot this as the center, okay, for this mass 20 gram. Now, so what you now do next is now to remove. Don't forget, this is your A, this is your C, and this is your center B. Please always make sure that this thumb is at the center. Now, remove this, take your ruler, and measure OA. You can decide to label it. This is your A, this is your C, and this is your center B, and this is my O. This is the center. Okay, sorry, not here. It's at this point. At this point. So you measure OB, which is your Y. Okay, we have gotten that. So if you want, before you start, you can first of all measure the length of this. That's another way of doing it. Or you can put a margin. Put a margin line here. Put a margin line here. Measure the length. You can also do it that way. So I am going to remove this paper now. So for the second paper again, you attach your second paper to the board, okay? You increase your mass. So the next one is to do mass 30 grams. So once I increase my mass, just watch please. I want this video to be very short, so that's why I'm very fast. Now remove this and add a mass of 10 grams. So if I add a mass of 10 grams, you see it has increased the length of OA, and also the length of it has increased the length of OB, which is your Y. So you take your ruler again, you measure. Please don't forget to rule. Once you remove the paper, rule that. You measure the line. Now it has increased. Now the next one is for 40. Let me remove this 10 and add another 20. And we add another 20 on this. So adding another 20, we have, see my chart. Okay. So as you can see, you see that the value of your OB, which is your Y, keeps increasing. Is what? It keeps increasing. Let me add another mass. Let's say I'm adding mass 50 grams. Mass 50 grams. Mass 50 grams. So you see, it has increased it again. So this is all about the experiment. So when you are done measuring for each mass, remove the paper. Remove the paper, the A4 paper. Remove the A4 paper, okay? All right, so this is the rough sheet, the rough work that we did. Don't forget, when I did put a mass of 20 grams, this was where the point was. So like I said, you are going to join line OA together. The reason why I use a marker to point is so that you can see it clearly. Remember, you're supposed to use a pencil. You join your line OB also. Then you join OC. OC. Okay. So you are now going to take your ruler that you have. You measure your OA. Measure line OA. You measure OA. Okay, so OA here is giving me 15 centimeter. So we have OA equals to 15 centimeter. Now let's measure OB. 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 So OB is showing 5 centimeter. OB is showing 5 centimeter, which is our Y. So you are now going to indicate this on your mass 20 grams that OA is 15 centimeter. That should be in 15.00 centimeter, and your Y is 5 centimeter. Let the centimeter be here. So that's 5.00. So therefore, your Y over OA will now be 5 over 15. So you get the value of Y over OA. Alright, so you do the same thing for 30 grams. So if you do for 30 grams, like I said, you change the A4 paper, use another one, okay? Attach it to the drawing board. Alright, so your point A and your point B, then also you increase your mass anger by adding a mass of 10 grams based on the mass you are using in your school. So you do that to get your complete table. Alright, so that's how the practical goes. Alright, so thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and share, and also watch the video to the end. Thank you very much.